Vande Mataram. Dear friends, I welcome you all to my channel, Courtroom Battles. My name is Dr. Tushar Mandlekar and I am a practicing lawyer in Bombay High Court. If you are a lawyer or if you are interested in law or if you are a student of law, you are welcome to my channel, Courtroom Battles. Dear friends, welcome back to my channel, Courtroom Battles. Today we are going to discuss the most important criminal contempt case initiated by the Honorable Supreme Court against the senior advocate Prashant Bhushan. This case, dear friends, is a talk of the town. Every lawyer in this country is talking about this criminal contempt. The Honorable Supreme Court has issued a suo motu notice on Mr. Prashant Bhushan for committing a criminal contempt, and that case is being fought in the Supreme Court. Ironically, we believe that the person who has fought for the human rights and benefits of the large citizens in this country is now facing a criminal contempt case on him. Mr. Prashant Bhushan, who is a senior advocate practicing in Supreme Court since last 30 years, is now facing a criminal contempt case. Dear friends, what is a criminal contempt case? The Supreme Court finds that his two tweets which he has made on Twitter, a microblogging site, has been scandalous in nature and they amount to criminal contempt. Now what is the tweet? The first tweet he made saying that when historians in future look back at the last 6 years to see how democracy has been destroyed in India even without a formal emergency order, they will particularly mark the role of the Supreme Court of India in destruction, and more particularly the role of last 4 Chief Justices of India, quote unquote. Now this tweet also triggered a huge debate in this country, wherein it is found and observed that Mr. Prashant Bhushan is severely criticizing the last 4 Chief Justices of India and saying that they have destructed the democracy in this country. Mr. Bhushan, who is a senior advocate in Supreme Court, has made another tweet saying that CGI rides a 50 lakh motorcycle belonging to a BJP leader at Raj Bhavan Nagpur without a mask or a helmet at a time when he keeps the Supreme Court in lockdown mode, denying citizens their fundamental right to access justice, quote unquote. So this was the tweet which initiated triggers in this country, wherein Mr. Bhushan is found to have been criticizing the Honorable Chief Justice of India when he was holidaying in his hometown at Nagpur. A picture of Honorable CGI riding a Harley Davidson motorcycle was published everywhere on front page by the print media. So Mr. Bhushan took this opportunity and tweeted that the Honorable CGI, who is a custodian of the law and order in this country, in fact was riding a bicycle without mask and helmet when the country is in lockdown and the Supreme Court is not functioning. We all know that the Supreme Court of India has stopped full-fledged functioning since the lockdown orders were issued by the Honorable Prime Minister on 24th of March 2020. So the fundamental right to have the access to justice has virtually been denied. That is what the contention of Mr. Bhushan here is. We all know that in India we have freedom of expression and speech that is guaranteed, a fundamental right under Article 19(1). But at the same time, we also know that this freedom of expression or any fundamental right per se is amenable to the reasonable restrictions under Article 19(2) of the Constitution of India. Admittedly, in these two tweets, Mr. Bhushan is criticizing the Supreme Court of India and the functioning of the Honorable Chief Justices. In the first tweet, he is criticizing the functioning of the last 4 Chief Justices of India, directly attacking them, saying that they were involved into destruction of the democracy in this country. Now, freedom of speech is available to every citizen in this country. In a second tweet, he severely criticizes the Honorable Chief Justice, saying that he is enjoying a bike in Nagpur without mask and helmet. we all know that we have to wear the mask in the pandemic duration, where it is found and observed that the Honorable Chief Justice was not wearing the mask in the picture when he was riding on a Harley Davidson. He was also not wearing the helmet. But at the same time, it is seen that the Harley Davidson was parked condition. There was a stand which is visible on the picture. So it is quite natural that Honorable CJI was not riding the bike. So it was not necessary for him to ride the helmet. But at the same time, wearing a mask was naturally mandatory when he was in a public place. So Mr. Bhushan is found to have been severely criticizing the Honorable Chief Justice of India. We all know that the print media or the electronic media are being amenable to the freedom of speech. But at the same time, there is a thin line between the freedom of speech and committing a contempt. Now, what was that which in fact irritated the Supreme Court, which in fact created a suo motu contempt petition against the Mr. Prashant Bhushan? We will have to go into all these aspects and we will discuss who is Mr. Prashant Bhushan and why this criminal contempt has been initiated. Dear friends, we will have to see what is a criminal contempt. In the Contempt of Courts Act 1971, the definition of the criminal contempt is, it means the publication, whether by words spoken or written, or by signs, or by visible representation, or otherwise, of any matter or the doing of any other act whatsoever, which 1. Scandalizes or tends to scandalize or lowers or tends to lower the authority of any court, or 2. Prejudices or interferes or tends to interfere with the due course of any judicial proceeding, or 3. Interferes or tends to interfere with or obstructs or tends to obstruct the administration of justice in any other manner. Dear friends, if a criminal contempt is committed, then this has to be into the definition of the criminal contempt. So the tweets made by Prashant Bhushan ought to be qualified into the definition of the criminal contempt. Now, whether these tweets are scandalizing the dignity or lowers the authority of the Supreme Court of India, whether it interferes into the administration of justice, or whether it prejudices or interferes or tend to interfere in a judicial proceeding, that will have to be decided by the Honorable Supreme Court of India. Now, this has created a flitter in this country and lot of debate has started. What is criminal contempt? Now, 19(1) gives freedom of speech. So, whether this tweet is into the category of the freedom of speech, whether we can criticize the decision of the Honorable Supreme Court, or whether we can criticize the functioning of the Honorable Supreme Court, or whether we can directly criticize any Chief Justice of India, these are all questions which are required to be answered by the Honorable Supreme Court. So it's a battle between Article 19(1)(a) and 19(2). The reasonable restrictions are required also to be adhered by an individual while enjoying the fundamental rights enshrined in the Constitution of India. The freedom of speech should not go beyond the reasonable restrictions. Now there is a very thin line, dear friends, which is required to be drawn now. The Contempt of Courts Act 1971, which empowers the court to punish a contemner, needs to also be used very judiciously and very carefully. But at the same time, how do we restrict the freedom of expression? So there are a number of questions which are arising out of this contempt petition. Honorable Supreme Court will have to decide all these factors. At the same time, the number of judgments which are passed by the Honorable Supreme Court will also have to be considered in this particular case while punishing the contemner. Now, who is Prashant Bhushan? We all know that Mr. Prashant Bhushan is an advocate working in Supreme Court of India since last 30 years. He is born on 15th of October 1956 and he is a son of a former law minister of this country, Mr. Shanti Bhushan. He is a public interest lawyer. He was a member of Team Anna when Mr. Anna Hazare started a campaign for implementation of the Jan Lokpal Bill. Mr. Prashant Bhushan is oldest of the 4 children of Shanti Bhushan and Kumud Bhushan. His father is a lawyer activist and a former union law minister in Morarji Desai government. Mr. Shanti Bhushan was instrumental in fall of the Indira Gandhi government. When Mr. Bhushan was a student, he wrote a celebrated book, The Case That Shook India, a book on the case that set aside Indira Gandhi's election in 1974. Mr. Bhushan is a human rights activist and also involved in protection of the environment and accountability of the public servants. He is associated with various organizations including the Center for Public Interest Litigation, People's Union for Civil Liberties and Transparency International, India. He is also the convener of the working committee of the campaign for judicial accountability and judicial reforms in this country. Mr. Bhushan states that he has taken up more than 500 cases dealing with good causes pro bono, and his family background allowed him to work on pro bono basis for such cases. According to him, he effectively spends only 25% of his time on paid cases and he spends 75% of his time on pro bono cases. Mr. Prashant Bhushan fought many legal battles in this country which are celebrated in nature. Hindustan Petroleum case. CPIL won a major victory in 2003 when Honorable Supreme Court restrained the Union government from privatizing Hindustan Petroleum and Bharat Petroleum without the approval of the Parliament. As counsel for CPIL, Rajendra Kachchar and Bhushan argued that the only way to disinvest in the companies would be the repeal or amend the acts by which they are nationalized in 1970s. Second was Meera Yadav case. Bhushan represented the CPIL in a petition asking for removal of the Meera Yadav from office as Chief Secretary of the Uttar Pradesh for alleged corruption. Yadav had been named in 5 CBI corruption cases and 23 departmental inquiries. In October 2005, the Honorable Supreme Court directed the Mulayam Singh state government to remove her from her position. She was the first IAS officer to be removed by the direction of the Honorable Supreme Court. Mr. Bhushan filed a PI challenging the appointment of the P.J. Thomas as Central Vigilance Commissioner after Thomas had been charged in the Palmolive oil import scam. In March 2011, SC struck down the appointment of Mr. P.J. Thomas. Number 4. Spectrum case. Mr. Prashant Bhushan acted for the CPIL when it took the lead in filing a suit against the Government of India for irregularities in major award of the spectrum for 2G mobile telephones. The CPIL petition alleged that the government had lost $15.53 billion by issuing spectrum in 2008 based on 2001 prices and by not following a competitive bidding process. The Supreme Court asked the CBI to probe the irregularities in the auction of the 2G spectrum. The inquiry resulted in the resignation of the Telecom Minister, Mr. A. Raja, who was later arrested along with others including DMK MP Kanimozhi and officials of the Unitech Wireless and officials of the Reliance ADAG. Next important case is Coal Block scam. In 2012, Bhushan filed a PI seeking cancellation of the coal blocks allocation by the government on the ground that certain companies had been illegally favored by the politicians. In response to the PI, the Supreme Court scrutinized the coal block allocation since 1993. Bhushan also filed a PI against illegal iron ore extraction in Goa, which led to the Supreme Court halting all the mining operations in the state. So dear friends, Mr. Bhushan, no doubt, is a senior advocate fighting for the causes in this country since the last 30 years. He has virtually changed the functioning of the governments and brought innumerable changes in the governance in this country. In a democratic country like India, Mr. Bhushan has stood forward as a crusader and fought against the corruption. So he is the person who is instrumental in bringing a lot of changes in the functioning of government in this country. Now dear friends, Mr. Bhushan notably is one of the biggest crusaders in this country. As we all know, he is filing several public interest litigations and fighting battles pro bono for the citizens of this country. He has fought for the human rights, he has fought against the corruption, and he has also fought against the anomalies in the government decisions. Lot of amendments were also carried out and the functioning of the government was improved because of the petitions filed by Mr. Bhushan. As on today, he stands as a contemner before the Supreme Court of India. The very court which he took assistance of in protecting the fundamental rights of the citizens in this country is now scrutinizing his conduct into Contempt of Courts Act. Dear friends, lot of legal luminaries and respected personalities in this country have come forward openly in support of Mr. Bhushan. Notably, there are few former Supreme Court judges. They are also in support of Mr. Prashant Bhushan. Justice Madan Lokur, Justice Ruma Pal, Justice G.S. Singhvi, Justice Ashok Ganguly, Justice Gopal Gowda, Justice Aftab Alam, Justice Chelmeshwar, Justice Vikramjit Sen. These are all former Supreme Court judges who themselves are very tall personalities in the legal luminary, and they have come forward in support of Mr. Bhushan. So dear friends, obviously the battle is not that easy. We all know that it's a Supreme Court versus Prashant Bhushan battle. All these legal luminaries have stated that Mr. Bhushan has been a relentless crusader for the rights of the weakest sections of our society and has spent his career in pro bono legal service to those who do not have ready access to justice. He has fought cases at the Apex Court on issues ranging from environmental protection, human rights, civil liberties, corruption in high places, and has been an outspoken champion for judicial accountability and reforms, especially in higher judiciary, quote unquote. So this was the statement made by 131 luminaries who stood and come forward for Mr. Bhushan. So dear friends, we all know that this could be the game changer in the contempt proceedings in this country. A person who is practicing in any court in this country must know about this case. So this was my attempt to bring to you this video regarding the most celebrated contempt case ever initiated by the Honorable Supreme Court of India. Now dear friends, you will have to analyze and you will have to answer the queries as per your own knowledge. Are we not supposed to get the freedom to express our opinions? Whether the dissenting opinion in this country invites the contempt? Whether a citizen of this country is not entitled to criticize the Supreme Court of India? My Lord Justice D.Y. Chandrachud has openly stated that the dissenting voice in this country should not be stifled. So this is in fact a very important debate which everyone has to participate. If you have liked this video, please like the button, share this video with your friends, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.